of 2023. Lauren Harlan. Welcome, family and friends of the class of 2023. I am Lauren Harlan, the senior class sponsor, and on behalf of the Valparaiso Community Schools Administration, Board of Education, and the Valparaiso High School faculty and staff, I would like to officially begin our commencement program by welcoming you to Viking Gymnasium. Tonight's program will start with the Valparaiso Administration and Board of Education members, leading the class of 2023 into the gym while you enjoy the VHS Wind Symphony's rendition of Pomp and Circumstance. Congratulations to the class of 2023 for their hard work, dedication, and determination to reach this moment. We could not be more proud of them and hope they never forget, no matter where the path of life takes them, we are, and they forever will be, Valpo.
this time, I ask that if you are able, please stand for the singing of the national anthem by our Valparaiso High School varsity singers. Thank you. You may be seated. I ask that our graduates who will be serving or pursuing a military career, please remain standing so that you may be recognized. Thank you. Welcome to the 150th commencement ceremony for Valparaiso High School. This evening, we have the privilege to witness a milestone in the lives of more than 450 students. Seniors, the next phase in your life journey is an exciting one. 86.4% of you are going to college or a trade school. 5.4% will be serving in the military, 4.2% will be joining the workforce, and 4% are waiting to see where life takes you. But before you move on with life and continue to fulfill your purpose, let's take a few moments to reflect on how you got to where you are at this very moment, your high school graduation. Think back to a simpler time, when school days were about 2.5 hours long and a school week consisted of 2 or 3 days. Yes, I'm talking about preschool. Although preschool may have seemed like the best place ever, the first day probably included one of the most difficult moments of your life, the moment you had to let go. Letting go of the safety and security of your loved one's hand and taking a step into the unknown can not only be a challenge, but downright scary. One thing I can assure you is that letting go was difficult for your parents and guardians as well. But you've come a long way since then. Through our elementary school, you formed your first friendships and made it through the awkward middle school years, and were prepared to take on high school. You had a pretty good run, about 3/4 of a year, before life took over and school as you knew it changed. You finished your freshman year virtually, but fortunately, you ended your senior year in the most normal way possible. When you, as well as our community, think back on what happened the year you graduated, some, not all of the accomplishments that may be included in your story are as follows. And please note, these are in no particular order. We began boys volleyball and girls wrestling programs. The concert choir had a terrific performance at state and placed 9th. Choir was also the recipient of the Indiana State School Music Association All Music Award. Girls basketball won their first sectional in 18 years. Bocce won the state championship. Wind Symphony placed as one of the top 14 bands in the state. Boys cross country placed 13th at state. 2 seniors won awards of excellence from the Indiana chapter of the American Institute of Architecture at the Indiana High School Architectural Design Competition. Our Valinian yearbook was a Hoosier Star finalist with a special distinction for design. Football won the state championship. Girls cross country placed 7th at state. Speech, debate, and mock trial had a national qualifier. And gymnastics won their 14th state championship. This list by no means includes all of the accomplishments of this year. What I can say is that each and every time Valpo went to state, whether it be for academics, co-curricular, or extracurricular, our Vikings did a wonderful job representing the community of Valparaiso. I believe people from across the state of Indiana definitely know we are Valpo. And I could not be prouder to be your principal and share in the joy of all of your accomplishments. Seniors, the time has come where you will once again be letting go. And just like that first day of preschool, it may be a difficult moment. Not this evening, of course, but maybe in a week when some of you go off and begin military training, or go after that job that is anxiously awaiting your arrival, or maybe even in August when you go off to school. Regardless, as you enter the next phase of your life journey, I would like you to think about what your story will continue to say about you. I hope that your story includes a few simple things. That you enjoy life and live it to the fullest, safely and responsibly, but that you give it your all. That you love fully and let those you know that you love know that you love them. Make it a priority to stay connected with them. That you are nice to others. Remember, appearances can be deceiving, and you never know what someone else is going through. That you respect yourselves and treat others how you want to be treated. If you have high expectations for others, make sure that you have high expectations for yourself too. And finally, that you are humble. Life has a way of reminding us that we are not in control. Class of 2023, it may seem like you have been waiting for this day forever, but I am pretty confident that to your parents and loved ones, it seems like just yesterday you were getting ready for your first day of kindergarten, and somewhere between selecting your very first lunchbox or backpack to selecting the seat in the cafeteria, your seat in the cafeteria or your parking spot, you have become the amazing young adults we see before us, proudly wearing your green and white caps and gowns. Parents, guardians, family, and friends, thank you for continuously leading and guiding these young men and women. I hope that you are as proud of them as I am. Seniors, we believe in you. And to quote Dr. Seuss, you're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. And you are the one who'll decide where to go. Thank you. In just a few moments, you will hear from student-selected speakers, and each graduate will be recognized. Now, without further ado, I would like to introduce to you the 2023 Senior Class President, Mr. Aiden Cole.
Thank you, Dr. Tabone. I will now be announcing our three speakers we have today. I am thrilled to introduce our beloved head football coach, who has been a great leader and mentor to many of us. Coming from his hometown in Warwick, New York, Coach Marshall has brought his vibrance and ambitions to Valparaiso University to play football. Coach Marshall has been a teacher and coach for Valparaiso Community Schools for 18 years and currently teaches health and serves as a chairperson of his department. His biggest fan club consists of his wife, Elena, of 15 years, and their three children, Will, Ben, and Isabel. Coach Marshall's unwavering dedication to our community is evident in these countless hours he has spent outside of his teaching profession by coaching our state championship football team and volunteering his program to complete various community service projects throughout town. His leadership skills have inspired us both on and off the field, and his commitment to helping us succeed has left a lasting impact on our lives. He has personally supported me tremendously throughout the past few years, teaching me valuable life lessons and instilling values that will never dissipate. It is an honor to have him share his wisdom with us today. I'd like to welcome my coach, a friend, and a man who knows a great deal about a strong finish, Mr. Bill Marshall.
Aiden, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. School board representatives, Dr. McCall, Dr. Tabone, and our entire administrative group, thank you for this opportunity. Most importantly, the class of 2023, thank you for your nomination. I'm humbled to share this moment with you and this momentous occasion. In our profession, the success of our lesson plans typically are rooted in our hooks or our attention grabbers. Those who are more scholarly than me will call them anticipatory sets for student learning objectives. Too much for me. With this in mind, I'd like to start today with one that has taken our student body by storm. It's called shadowboxing. If you would humor me, students, please take on my challenge. No. All right, again, parents and families, I do apologize. I'm not sure if I'm even playing the game right, but I'm absolutely sure that this skill will correlate in their future successes. In all seriousness, in just a few moments, you will cross the stage and you will have successfully fulfilled a milestone that has been 13 school years in the making. Now, I know all of you high-level thinkers out there are like, I'm in 12th grade. Figures a football coach doesn't know how to count, but what you are forgetting is kindergarten. Those were the best 3 years of my life. Again, in all seriousness, what I discuss today will be more forward-thinking than reflective. Not that reflection is not crucial to the future results or your future outcomes, because we definitely progress from learning from our past. I will leave the reflection on your accomplishments to your family and your friends, but will make mention of your past successes by saying, collectively, we are proud of you. After today, you all will be headed down your own paths. Life, however, as I reflected on it, in what I should say this evening, 3 things definitely stood out and came to mind. Number 1, effort. Number 2, negativity bias versus gratitude. And number 3, chasing the lion. So what is effort? Effort is the conscious exertion of energy, which means making a choice to do continued work. Many people think that the most successful people in life must have been given tremendous effort in a short amount of time or at specific moments in their life to reach the pinnacle of success. They're lucky. What we fail to realize in this age of instant gratification is that the most successful people, the highest achievers amongst us, and their successes can be traced back not to one moment, but to their daily habits. As Winston Churchill once said, continuous effort, not strength or intelligence, is the key to unlocking our potential. How much daily effort are you willing to put forth in what you want? In sports, especially, phrases like, "it was a lucky bounce," or "what a lucky play," we use the term luck to describe or rationale for why we have not attained something. Well, today, the day that all stops. Prepare like never before for the person that you only have dreamed of becoming. Not saying you won't have setbacks and failures, but realizing those failures are preparation for your next step forward. You are closer to your goals than you can ever imagine. Too many people give up effort before they ever exhaust their first wind and realize that they have a second wind left. Item number 2, negativity bias. You ever wonder why, while you're driving down Interstate 80, nobody ever brakes and pauses to stare at a beautiful sunset? However, the minute a car accident happens, no matter how large or how small, you can be sure of a 2-mile backup. We have an age-old condition in our societies that is called negativity biases. We remember traumatic events better than we do positive ones. We recall insults better than praise. We think negative more than we think positive. Thousands of years focusing on bad, dangerous, or negative events literally kept us alive. Now that we are still thousands of years ahead of those early forces, we still unfortunately cannot escape the negative events and that they produce strong responses in our cerebral cortex. So what to do? Develop an attitude of gratitude, and here's why. Gratitude amplifies feelings of happiness. Being grateful makes you feel more positive and confident. Gratitude ensures that you are present with the people that matter most. Being grateful enhances your experiences. Gratitude helps you deal with adversity and setbacks. Being grateful builds stronger relationships. Gratitude can improve your health and overall well-being. A practice of gratitude enhances your feelings of joy and also satisfaction. Being grateful makes you more compassionate and helpful. People with gratitude appreciate the progress that they make every single day. So how do you overcome a couple thousand-year-old mental programming? You have to start by rewiring it. Be grateful. We are all blessed in our own ways beyond measure. However, are you able to see it, or do we resort to our old programming? The choice of a happier, more productive life is simple. Be grateful for what you have. Lastly, chasing the lion. In the human brain, both excitement and anxiety are one and the same. They stimulate the release of the same chemical messengers. They trigger the same involuntary actions in the body. So why are they so different in how they influence our lives? The answer is because we are not just physical beings. We are the most emotionally evolved species on the planet. How often in the last 13 school years can you say that you have been loose of the reins? For some already, and for some in a matter of months, you will be legal adults. Decision-making, choices, and results are all now in your hands. For some, I am sure this is exciting. And for some, I am sure it is like staring into an endless abyss of anxiety. Will I make good choices? Is this really what I want to do with my life? What I can tell you is, we can continue for the next several minutes of this speech talking about all of the unknowns and what could happen scenarios. Or you can do as the author Mark Batterson stated, chase the lion. As we think on that phrase, chase the lion, it doesn't make much sense, especially in our self-preservation. However, as you think about it from a goal-driven perspective, it makes so much sense. Psychological studies have concluded that inaction regrets, not taking any action, far outnumber the regrets of people who take action by 84% to 16%. What those studies prove is that we should not sacrifice our dreams, our goals, our aspirations on the altar of fear. Face those fears. Don't seek the safety in stagnation. Seek those experiences that scare each and every one of you to life. This does not mean that you can make decisions blindly or uncalculated. Lion chasers play offense with their lives. They take measured action and they are driven. They are not reactionary. Just remember, when you focus on not making mistakes, you won't make a difference. Don't let the fear of the unknown the anxiety of failure stop you from pushing for more. You are one idea, you are one risk, you are one decision away from a totally different life. In closing, I'd like to leave you with a poem summing up all three parts of what we just discussed. And I apologize, the papers, seem to get out of hand. My apologies. And of course, they are stuck together. The poem is titled After Laters. Barely the day has started, and it's already 6 p.m. Barely started Monday, and it's already Friday. A month is already over. The year is almost over. We realize that we have lost things, and it is too late to go back. So let's try, despite everything, to enjoy the remaining time. Let's do what we like. Let's put some color in our gray. Let's smile and appreciate the things that put happiness in our lives. Despite everything, we must continue to enjoy the time that we have left. Let's try to eliminate the afters and the laters. I'm going to do it later. I'll say it later. I'll think about it after. I'll work harder after today. Many of us, unfortunately, will leave everything for later. Like this time we call after is somehow promised to us. We don't understand that afterwards in life, coffee gets cold, priorities change, health passes, promises are forgotten, day becomes night, and often it is too late. So let's leave nothing for later, because waiting for later causes us to lose those best moments, those best experiences, those friends, and those family members. We no longer have time where we can afford to postpone what needs to be done right away. The day is today, tomorrow is the day, your moment is every day. Class of 2023, I wish you the best.
Thank you, Coach Marshall, for that inspiring speech and that shadowboxing display. It is my pleasure to introduce the next speaker, one of the most bright and passionate speakers we have today. This individual has been my good friend for 12 years since our young days at Flint Lake Elementary, and I can attest to her unwavering dedication to her passions. She has excelled academically and is highly involved in many extracurricular activities such as campus life, volleyball, cross country, and was an esteemed actress in the VHS Drama Club. Her leadership skills and drive to make a positive impact in the world have inspired almost everyone who has had the pleasure of knowing her. Most importantly, she's one of the nicest girls I've ever met, and I have no doubt that she will go on to achieve great things at Indiana University and leave a lasting legacy. Everyone, please welcome Henna Patheja.
Hello, teachers, parents, grandparents, siblings that were dragged here against their will, and most importantly, class of 2023. If we haven't met, hi, I'm Henna. We went to high school together. I want to start off by reflecting on the past years. We've all grown so much. I used to be dropped off by a big yellow school bus in front of Flint Lake Elementary, excited for a day full of learning. That slowly transformed into pulling up to the VHS parking lot at 7:36, almost hitting unlucky juniors flowing out of the back lot. All those early mornings when you couldn't get out of bed, those long lectures and tedious busy work assignments have led us to this day. We finally did it. We survived 7 periods a day for 4 years. The stress of high school dances, the awkwardness of seeing people you know in public, and the confusion of adolescent friendships is behind us. Looking back, everything wasn't as dire as it seemed in the moment. I'll miss the monotonous drive down Campbell and the daily routine of classes. Maybe Mr. Weil was right. It was just high school. As much as I'm excited for what the future will bring, I must admit, I will miss so much about VHS. I will miss packing our local Culvers with sweaty, face-painted students after a football game. I will miss running in a sea of green and swinging ponytails during cross-country meet days. I will miss moshing to family-friendly rap songs during homecoming and dealing with the bruises covering my feet the next day. But most of all, I will miss the people. The staff that help make every single day run smoothly, the teachers that inspired me to actually enjoy learning, and the friends I found that made every day at school worth it. There are people in this crowd that will be by my side on my wedding day. They have consoled me through every F and celebrated me through every A. I have doubled over laughing so hard I can't talk in the school, and I have cried in the bathroom stalls of the school. And no matter how far I go or how many other people I meet, I will never forget my home. I hope that if we take anything from this experience, it is to enjoy the mundane. Valpo might not be a hub of excitement, but it is a beautiful place that we get to call home. Every single day, no matter how repetitive it may seem, has aspects that can bring us joy. Throughout high school, I've learned to find beauty in little everyday things. I love Mrs. Lawson's morning quotes, the smell of Mr. Sattler's room, enjoying lunch with my friends, and making up jingles to help me learn calculus. I just want to remind everyone that every new day has value. And as Ferris Bueller said, if you don't stop and look around every once in a while, you might miss it. As for the future, I cannot wait to see what it will bring for us. Many of you I have never had the chance to get to know and may never will. Although we walked the same halls, we each had a unique experience of these past 4 years. All of us had hardships we've had to overcome, and although we are all not the same, we are all here today. We are athletes, musicians, and artists. We are scholars, scientists, and authors. We are tradesmen, entrepreneurs, and doctors. We are passionate, caring, and strong. We are a family that will continue to celebrate each other for years to come. We must remember, no matter what our career path is, to appreciate the small things in life. Even years from now, after a long day at work, take the time to appreciate how beautiful the sky is and tell your friends how much you love them. Many of us might be scared for the future because we are leaving the safety net of our parents and traveling into the unknown. But we all know that one Robert Frost poem about two roads diverging in a yellow wood. The funny thing about those roads is that they lead to the same place. So no matter what your plans are after VHS, you will end up exactly where you need to be. There might be hurdles or barricades. No one said life is easy, but you'll be where you need to be in the end. How do I know this? Because no matter what path you took throughout high school, no matter how many friends you had or what clubs you joined, we all ended up right here. And here, sitting on metal chairs in the VHS gymnasium, basking in the strange feeling of reminiscence mixed with hope for the future, is exactly where we need to be. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Thank you for that heartwarming speech, Hannah. Last but not least, I am excited to introduce someone who has become a close friend during my high school years. He has impressed me with a devoted passion to help others, either through service or humor. Some say he has the best sense of humor, and others say, well, it's odd. He has also shown great initiative and leadership in his extracurricular activities, taking on various roles and responsibilities with ease, like team lead and Earth Awareness Club. His dedication of passions and his positive attitude have made him a valuable member of our school community. I am sure that his charisma and beaming personality will help him help others as he goes off to study nursing at Purdue. It is an honor to have him as a speaker today. Please welcome Carter DeVries.
Good evening to all of the parents, teachers, administrators, and family and friends who made this possible. Welcome to the Class of 2023 graduation ceremony. If you are unfamiliar with me, my name is Carter DeVries. It is nice to meet you. Graduates, we did it. After what felt like forever waiting for this exact moment, we finally did it. Congratulations. As I stand here today, I can't help but feel immense pride for our senior class. The very first day of preschool, for many of us, was amazing. It consisted of us wanting to be line leaders, finding the best toy before anyone else, and cleaning up the most pieces of trash for a prize. The littlest things satisfied us then. We weren't worried about a thing. Come to elementary school, we had more responsibilities. Trying to ace the times tables quizzes or trying to fill out the state's capitals as quickly as we could were the only things on our mind besides playing Sparkle. Elementary school was bliss. All we could think about was the next chapter. For many, elementary school into middle school was a relatively difficult adjustment. It felt like we were exposed to so much more. No recess, no fun games, no playing Sparkle, just sitting at desks all day. We grew up so quickly during those 3 middle school years. Some of us looked like completely different people by the end, carrying around trapper keepers and dropping notebooks while looking like a fool. We may have found ourselves occasionally crying at the dinner table because we couldn't do basic math problems while our parents comforted us. And then boom, high school hit us. Obviously, COVID happened our freshman year, which made us believe we were simply going to have a long spring break. And then come sophomore year, we were back wearing masks and taking advantage of those Wednesday e-learning days, which failed to reappear. Depending on who you ask, you will have very different answers to how graduates felt during their junior year. Many loved it, like me, and others thought it was a nightmare. Then, senior year came. I hope we can all agree that we are eternally grateful that it is over and that this chapter has come to an end. Senioritis came soaring out of nowhere just like COVID did, and started attacking students' mental health left and right. But look where we are, sitting in the same chairs that have been calling our names for years. Graduates, we did it. I often question how we did it. How did we achieve such amazing things as students? Personally, I think it is with the help of our peers, people who knew exactly what we wanted and needed, people who listened, and people who put their hands on our backs. If there is one thing that I have learned in high school, it is that you should never surround yourself with cliques. Instead, you should go out of your way to be yourself. Another thing I learned during my time spent in the classroom is that to be successful, you must embrace your failures. What does embracing your failures look like, you may ask? Embracing your failures means accepting your failed situation and then getting back up from it stronger than ever. We must use our fear to focus, but we can't let it become our focus. I'm going to repeat that once more. We must use our fear to focus, but we can't let it become our focus. Our fear of failing can be a powerful advantage, but it can also hinder our successes. I'm going to provide an example of embracing a failure that I was given permission to use. My good friend Elizabeth Murley and I found ourselves taking a quiz for our organic chemistry class, which is by no means a simple subject. When the quiz got graded, I couldn't help but notice that Elizabeth got a 2.5 and I got a 5 out of 20. Once we realized that neither of us passed this quiz by any means, we exchanged looks while beginning to laugh the words, "This is a joke." It is 100% our individual faults that we do not do great on that quiz. We made light of our failure, knowing that it would not prevent us from getting into college. This horrible quiz grade made me understand that the more we bog ourselves down about being perfect, the more we are going to lose track of reality and what we need to prioritize. From this experience, I learned that procrastinating studying only really works if you're good at it. With that being said, it is obvious that we have made mistakes along the way, and we will continue to make mistakes. It is inevitable. But with mistakes must come a lesson. You will not move forward if you have not learned from your past mistakes. Nikola Tesla, one of the world's most famous electrical engineers, once said, "I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that don't work." I think a lot of this comes with embracing life. Life is meant to have fun, laugh, love, and to make memories. I can confidently say that everyone here has failed along their path that has formed them into the human they are today. Besides getting up after a hard tumble, we must not forget the friendships we've made along the way. Others may wither away over time, but some friendships have the ability to blossom even further. I'm sure it will come in handy when you need someone to talk to at 3 a.m. Moving forward, think about how much high school has taught us. It taught us how to take advantage of situations, how to effectively sleep in class, how to crack our backs on chairs, and how to go without Wi-Fi for a while when the system was hacked. But what high school didn't teach us is how to leave the people we've grown up with for almost 12 years. There is no reason to think of this celebratory moment as a sad gesture. This should be viewed as the closing of the book and the opening of an even larger book. When this larger book opens, remember this: you are the author now. You are in control of what happens to your story. Be creative, let your brain wander, and jump from page to page. But most importantly, have fun with it. Thank you, everyone, and congratulations to the class of 2023. We did it.
Thank you, Mr. Marshall, Aiden, Henna, and Carter for sharing your thoughts and words with us. Shortly, we will begin the presentation of diplomas. As we begin the presentation of diplomas, the first students to be called will be the senior class officers, followed by those seniors graduating with International Baccalaureate diplomas, highest distinction, and distinction. The rest of the class will then follow. Graduate names will be read by our VHS school counselors, Mrs. Jessica Kuss, Mrs. Tori McCaleb, Mr. Dan McKibben, and Mrs. Carrie Oney. Before we begin, I would like to bring a few things to your attention so that all students and their accomplishments can be recognized. Students' names are read at a steady but quick pace. While it is appropriate to applaud for each student as names are being read, I ask that you be respectful of the ceremony so that the guests of the graduate being recognized immediately after your student will be able to hear their graduate's name, as you will want to hear your graduate's name be read. Also, please remain in your seat and do not block the view of others. At the conclusion of the class roll, we will take a moment to recognize all of the graduates. Thank you for your understanding and cooperation. At this time, I ask the first row to please stand.
Yale, distinction.
Gabriel Thomas Wetstein, highest distinction.
Cody Paget Delaney, distinction.
Jonathan Presley Williams, highest distinction.
Rowan Rose Gleason, distinction.
William Charles Young, highest distinction.
Grant Hildy Johnson, distinction.
Aaliyah June Decker, distinction.
Rebecca Madison Matheson, distinction.
Andrew Timothy Foster, distinction.
Hannah Lamar, distinction.
Olivia Kosky, distinction.
Evan Jackson Roberts, distinction.
Nicholas Lee, distinction.
Michael Robert Sullivan, distinction.
Emily Antonina Leschewski, distinction.
Avery James Thompson, distinction.
Megan Nelson, distinction.
Colin Waller, distinction.
Prince Patel, distinction.
Aaron Barker,
Mylan Grace Rossetti, distinction.
Emily Catherine Evans,
Grace Elizabeth Thomas, distinction.
Brendan James Adams,
Jamila Marie Townsend, distinction.
Noah Michael Ayers,
Lauren Angela Winkle, distinction.
Xavier Alanis,
Dania Sandy Sirhan, distinction.
Michaela Marie Albert,
Campbell Allison McLaren.
Edgar Alpine,
Michaela Nicole Mann.
Kayla Christine Allen,
Genevieve Elena Potus.
Nicholas Dylan Samarchi,
Stephen Eugene McDaniel II.
Lewis Cleveland Allen III,
Malik Abraham Mahmoud.
Brandon Allenhass,
Emma Brooke Malloy.
Layla Michelle Applewhite,
Gabriela Souza Lima Marcos.
Jack Thomas Arnold,
Tyler Wayne Marsh.
Noah James Blackman,
Jacob Stephen Massey.
Clara Grace Bailey,
Angela Nicole Matthews.
Annette Carr Baja,
Gwendolyn June McBain.
David Agafish Billy,
Evan Patrick McCauley.
Grant Marshall Baker,
Aiden Allen McCrane.
Luke David Vansomer,
Megan Elizabeth McDowell.
Adriana Sharon Barkley,
Violetta Anita McLeod Del Rio.
Donovan James Baumgartner,
Jonah Henry McNeese.
Isabel Bazan,
Theodore R. Medley.
Emma A. Beatty, Colleen Belcher.
Javier Antonio Mendez.
Olympia Colette Rivette.
Juliana Marie Mendez.
John Frazier Diggs.
Aaron Robert Mesfer.
Carter Blashill.
Rocco Anthony Machichi.
Lillian Grace Blevins.
Eva Bernice McKinney.
Sarah Lynn Bowden.
Josh Midget.
Ian Lewis Bodmer.
Carson David Miller.
Anna Rosemary Bowler.
Amelia May Mitchell.
Miley Caleb Bowler.
Brianna Yvonne Mitchell.
Tyson Alexander Borgel.
Satali Mujara.
Ashanti Danielle Bradley.
Isaac Adair Moore.
Jasmine Deshay Branch.
Daniel Morales.
Drew Guest Branch.
Angel Mosqueda.
Micaiah Alicia Renee Freeman.
Kaylin Uravarse Mukuro.
Deandra Ann Briggs.
Devin Luis Munoz.
Derek Brooks.
Madison Nicole Miskowitz.
Spencer L. Brooks.
Emmett Clay Neal.
Benjamin Will Brody.
Marshall Ross Nelson.
Audrey Rose Brown.
Liam A. Newman.
Braden Nicholas Brown.
Frank James Nixon.
Zachary Michael Brown.
Thomas Raymond Metro.
Ethan David Rubin.
Jacob Brian Nix.
Renee Darlene Russ.
Marley May Noble.
Lupita Cavillo Villasenor.
Nicomas Noel Newman.
Troy Robert Campbell.
Abigail Joy Norcus.
Christian John Cargill.
Blake Matthew Michael.
Damaris Cadillo.
Trent Michael George.
Ashley Rose Kavanaugh.
Nathan Allen Nova.
Nikki E. Chandler.
Connor J. Odell.
Brandon Veronica Trevizucci.
Colin David Hoffman.
Lily Marie Churchill.
Emily Sharon Owen.
Aaron Jacob Seal.
Robert Ross Oakley.
Jacob Alexander Clardy.
Peyton Christopher Ryan Olenek.
Justin Stephen Clark.
Sabrina Rose Older.
Luke Allen Clark.
Maxwell Rafael Orozco.
Riley David Clark.
Lucas Lloyd Palmer.
Alexis Nicole Cober.
Robert W. Carter Jr.
Rosa Sophia Cone.
Daphne Breyer Patel.
Anna Nevada Coker.
Adam William Rain.
Caitlin Elizabeth Cole.
Alyssa Megan Reber.
Brennan Renee Collins.
Rory M. Renson.
Noah DeQuan Collins.
Nicholas Mark Rushdown.
Samuel John Collins.
Andrew Reyes.
Brooke Teresa Cornel.
Aiden Joseph Reynolds.
Jonathan D. Coronado.
Kayla Ann Reynolds.
Olivia Grace Costa.
Casey Aiden Ryan.
Morgan A. Crane.
Alexis Marie Rue.
Brian Joseph Krager Jr.
Luke Dennis Riley.
Peter J. Crossan.
Colin Michael Richards.
Mia Jean Grant.
Carly Marie Ritchell.
Miles Cincinnati Salazar.
Gracie Jean Ryder.
Zoe Michelle Sletton. Evan James Daly. Kira Lynn Daniels. Cameron Eugene Danzy.
Christina Rosas.
Aiden Tyler Davidson.
Timothy D. Rue.
Daryl Lee Davis.
Andy Anthony Rubis Jr.
Jaden Ethan Dakota.
Kennedy Patrick.
Isabel Anna Julene Sahan.
Parker William Pendleton.
James Daniel Dillaball.
Benjamin Pickford.
Holly Crisco.
Monica Joy Peters.
Skyla Joy Soberton.
Isabel Reagan Piggott.
Jacob August Dewey.
Matthew Paul Price.
Leaf Andrew Doolittle. Ariana Regine Duncan.
Alexander James Powell.
Jalen Ariana Edge.
Grace Paige Proctor.
Riley Anastasia Emerson.
Ryan Pashea.
Taylor Renee Ingle.
Connor Michael Quinn.
Mason Matthew Lee Evans.
Patrick William Roth.
Annabelle Elizabeth Evans.
Metro Lewis Reagle.
Olivia Reese Evans.
Liam Alexander Raphael.
Wyatt Thomas Evans.
James Rasmussen.
Hugo Anthony Fagan.
Andrew Ethan Rader.
Audrey Marie Fedorchak.
David Val Ross.
Kylie Nicole Pilardo.
Olivia Sapp.
Marissa Kathleen Fisher.
Gabriel Joseph Salyer.
Christian James Flynn.
Wolfie Mars Saavedra.
Carter Scott Forsythe.
Connor Anthony Stanton.
Lucas Xavier Brady.
Demarcus Zane Sargent.
Madison Abigail Frenzel.
Kathleen Grace Sauer.
Seth Alexander Gray.
Chase Alexander Schroeder.
Evelyn Claire Gary.
Brayden Connor Shaw.
Catherine Margaret Garza.
Amy Chuck.
Annalise Gina Gately.
Dale Michael Wade.
Mackenzie Ann Earhart.
Raven Scott Sutter.
Graham Woodrow Gibson.
William Samuel Shepard.
Lindsay Nicole Chrysler.
Jimmy Bryant Shipley.
Eli J. Gilliam.
Stephen Sikanowski.
Dylan Delaney Gleason.
Jason James Silver.
Ezra Dorian Gonzalez.
Isabella Elise Soroka.
Gabrielle Marie Gonzalez.
Stephen Michael Sloan III.
Samuel John Cody.
Audrey Jean Smith.
Emily Elizabeth Greenbaum Berg.
Matthew John Smith.
Peyton Randall Griffith.
Lexi Hunter Smith.
Nicholas David Green.
Alyssa Danielle Snow Ian.
Gabriella Ann Prasad. Brianna Rose Bird. Aaron D. Casey. Xavier Owen Hicks. Christopher Jerome Kelly. Elena Taven Cover. Jeremiah Holden. Elijah D. Horton. Cameron Allen Wilson. Aiden Howe. Jack H. Israel. Dimitri Kuneski. Michael Joe Jankowski. Anna Marie Darby. Daniel Frank Johansson. Roman Michael Locke. Magdalena Anna Maria Lopez. Emily Ann Rivera. Maddox Payne Lucas. Dallas Emily Johnson. Reness Lemon.
Whew, that was a lot of kids. Family and friends, please join me in recognizing the Valparaiso High School class of 2023. Thank you. Next, I would like to introduce and ask that Superintendent of Schools for the Valparaiso Community Schools, Dr. Jim McCall, please join me at the podium. Students, please rise. Dr. McCall, as principal of Valparaiso High School of the Valparaiso Community Schools in Valparaiso, Indiana, I present to you these students you see before you as candidates for graduation of the class of 2023. Each candidate will have met all the requirements set forth by the state of Indiana and the Valparaiso Community Schools.
Thank you, Dr. Tabone, and welcome to everyone. I was asked to give just a few words of wisdom, and I promise you they are just a few words. But I would like to do so from the perspective of someone who has really enjoyed getting to know this particular group of kids. This senior class accomplished so many great things over the past few years in the classroom, on the stage, and on the field of play. Many of you I've also been blessed to see develop as people, as students, throughout your entire careers in Valpo schools. One driving imperative that we have as your community is to prepare you for the path, for whatever lies ahead. Not to prepare the path for you. We do that not to make it difficult, but so that you can develop resilience, flexibility, and confidence to adjust and attack an ever-changing world. We want you to not just survive, but to thrive. And to do that, you need to have all of those skills that you have been developing. So remember to take all the small setbacks, the large successes, the incremental gains, and even the so-called out-and-out failures, and treat them all the same. All they are is a past to be the prologue of future opportunities that you should pursue. Draw strength from all of your experiences and from the people and community around you to continue to move onward and upward. Know that we are proud of you, we love you, and we can't wait to see what you do next on the incredible path that lies ahead. Be sure to enjoy it. So seniors, you have now been presented as candidates for graduation based on your completion of all the requirements set forth by the state of Indiana and Valparaiso Community Schools. By the powers vested in me by those governing bodies, I now announce you as graduates of Valparaiso High School. You may move your tassels. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. McCall. Parents, family, friends, and community members, thank you for your cooperation tonight. Please remain seated. Once all graduates have exited the gymnasium, you are welcome to exit the bleachers and move to the parking lot. Graduates will be released from the field house after receiving their diploma and commemorative gift. Thank you again, and have a safe evening.